Like Amir was present as well. You were also present, Abdullah.
Sir, I'm not Abdullah.
It's Amir.
No, it's Abdul Rahman.
Abdul Rahman. Did you join recently, Abdul?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Oh, okay, Abdul. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, you are not. Why were you not there in the last class, Abdul?
I was actually outside.
अच्छा ठीक है.
The last time I was in physics class, we finished the part of eyes. Like you explained iris, pupil,
Yes,
cornea,
yes,
retina.
yes. After that, we have also completed this thing as well, Bichu. We have completed this thing as well. Okay, let's do it again. As okay, Abdul, please do watch the recorded lectures. Okay, okay, in the next class, right? If you have any doubt, you can just reach out to the operations team. They will manage a revision class or a doubt class with you. Okay, but you should be watching the lecture so that you can have the idea what actually we have done in the classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the last class, we have completed the functioning of the parts of the human eye, right? I think so, right, Inan? You were not present in that class. After
I
that,
think I was in different batch, sir.
just give me a second. The last class was on 30th of June, right? Inan and Neha was there, and yeah. Okay. So let's start with the vision. Okay, so we have completed. Inan, have you written this thing, vitreous swimmer?
Sir, let me check one.
Yeah, please check. Abdul, what happened to your camera, bache?
Sir, my device is like saying it's unable to detect a camera.
Acha, check. Okay, no issues. Please check your please try to switch join with a device which is
Yeah, I
having which is
tried.
basically. Chalo, no issues कोई बात. We'll manage in the like in this class. Next class में try करना, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Right. I think the demo के बाद you have not taken a single class with us, right? After demo you were I think absent.
Yeah.
Because इसलिए मुझे रिकॉल करने में टाइम लगा बिकॉज अगर आपने एक क्लास भी ली होती बीच में सो आई वुड हैव बेसिकली रिकॉल्ड इजीली.
Yeah.
चलो नो इश्यूज अब्दुल. नाउ you can just be on time, ठीक है? Take the class regularly without any right gap, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, till accommodation.
Till accommodation. This now. Okay. So everyone, as this is a complete theoretical portion, so that's why we are trying to explain. Like I'm going to try to explain, okay, orally, and then after that you can just write it down. There's nothing to basically to get confused in this topic. It's completely theoretical, definition based, nothing more than that. Okay. So that's why it would be better if I basically write it down again and again. It will take like 1.5 class just to write all the content written over here. So just to save that time, because it's theoretical topic, we are going to do that thing. So is there anyone who is having issue in this manner? Abdul and Inan?
No.
Okay, because that will save our time. We can basically put that time into the numerical portion, which is much more important, right? Now let's talk about it. So, okay, let's start with the accommodation again. Let me just explain what accommodation is. Suppose that Inan and Abdul, you see the very far object, right? And suddenly you just switch your eyes focus to a very nearby objects, like in a fraction of seconds. How would you do that? Could you please tell me? When you are seeing like this, and again just you are seeing like this, that suppose that on the right hand side it's a very near object, right? So you would have easily switch your you can say that the eye focus to that nearby object, isn't it?
Yes.
The reason is basically eye has a power of accommodation. That means our eye, a normal human eye, can easily accommodate or easily adjust to the focal length according to the object, right? This ability is called the accommodation. Is that clear to all of you, Bajo? By changing the
Yes.
focal length, we can see the nearby object as well as the far objects. This is called the power of accommodation, or you can say the accommodation only. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
So basically, a human eye can see the far object as far as infinity and can see the nearby object as near as 25 centimeter. Got it? That means if you wanted to see the object without any strain on the eye, right? Because if you see a very nearby object, you have to basically shrink your eyes and basically read like this, isn't it? And you have to okay. So in that case, the 25 centimeter is a distance in at which the object can be identified without any strain on the eye. Is that clear to you, all of you?
Sir, can you explain once again?
I'm saying that suppose a human eye can see the near far object as far as infinity, right? Suppose that star, let's take an example of this. Let's take an example of the star Abdullah and Inhan, right? So if you're seeing the star, which is at infinity almost, because we cannot reach the star. The position or the distance at which we cannot reach is certainly defined as infinity, isn't it, Abdullah and Inan?
Yes.
That's the thing, right? So that's what the infinity is. Now, if we wanted to see a nearby object without any strain, that means we do not have to shrink the eyes, we do not have to stress the eyes. That is the distance which is called 25 centimeter, and it is called a near point of a normal human eye. That means at this point, you can easily see the image without any problem. Is that clear? You can see it distinctively.
Yeah.
Abdul and Inan, is that clear to you, Bachu?
Yes.
That's what the near point. So farthest point of the human eye at which an object can be seen is nothing but the far point. That is called far point, and the far point of the human eye is called infinity. Because for a human eye, if the human eye can see the stars, even though let's take an example of the sun. Sun is unreachable for us right now, isn't it? Can you reach the sun?
No.
No. That means it is at infinity because we cannot reach at sun. So,
Yeah.
but we can see the sun. See this thing, how big the sun looks like when we see it, isn't it? That means
Yeah.
our far point is at infinity, right? We can see the farthest object. Next is the near point. The near point is the point at which the human eye can easily see the object without any strain on the eye. Strain means without any pressure, without applying any kind of intense, you can say that posture. That is called the near
Yeah.
point, and that distance from the eye is 25 centimeter. This is called the near point of the eye. Please do let me know, everyone, is that clear to you or not?
Yes.
Okay, everyone. So please note it down, Abdullah and Inan. Please note it down.
Sir, all of the points?
Like all the 4 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please do let me know once done. Okay.
Yes.
So scroll down.
Done.
So can you
Just
scroll
give
down?
me. Sure. Just give me. Please note this thing, Michu. The ENF point.
We're done.
Done. Okay.
Yeah, we have
So
to write this
basically,
MCQ also.
no, no, MCQ not. I'll just explain you. First of all, if our A and F part are done.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, Inan, are you saying something? Inan, hello. Inan, am I audible? Are you saying
Yes, sir.
something? Yeah, are you saying something?
No, sir.
So done with the writing part, Inan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me explain you. So basically, suppose that everyone, you have basically placed two objects at 25 centimeter, right, from your eye. So basically, 25 centimeter is the distance at which you can distinctively basically see that objects, right? If you basically place them closer to your eye, you will feel that they are not that much distinctive. But when you place at 25 centimeter, that is called least distance of distinct vision. That means at 25 centimeter, the human eye can easily distinct between the two objects placed at that distance. That's what the least distance of distinct vision. Is that clear, Abdul and Inan?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and least distance for the human eye is the 25 centimeter in terms of the value, right? So, okay, this is all about the human eye. We have just covered it right now. Now, based on the human eye content that we have done, there are some numericals. Please attempt it. Abdul, attempt it. जितने भी आपसे हो सके, जो भी आपको समझ में आए, just attempt it. Doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. At least attempt it. Okay, same with you, Inan. Like you have taken all the classes, so please attempt these questions as well and let me know once done in the chat. Okay, please write down the message in a write down all the answers in a single message, Abdul. Right? If you are on a mobile, oh sorry, in a
Sir, we
laptop
can't
or on a
chat.
system, in the chat.
No, it's not. It's like it's disabled.
Please click on the name. Please click on your name in the chat. Done. Now the chat will be
Yeah,
open to
yeah.
you. Okay. Now please post your answers. In a single message. Do not write it separately in a single message.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I got the answer from Inan. Chike Inan. Abdullah? Sorry, Abdul, answer. Okay, I got the answer from Abdul. I think so. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Now let's okay, please verify the answers that you have got. Okay, from my answers. So first of all, the human eye forms the image on the retina. So retina is the screen of the human eye at which or on which the image is formed. Next is the change in focal length of an eye lens is caused by the action of the ciliary muscles. So basically, ciliary muscles are responsible for the change in the focal length, okay, of the eye. Is that clear?
Yes.
Next is the least distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter. We know this thing. Refraction occurs at both cornea and lens because cornea basically refract the maximum amount of light towards the lens, and the remaining refraction is done by the lens to the retina. Okay. Next is the focus of to focus the image of a nearby object. What should be done? So basically, the thickness of the eye lens should be increased, right? Nearby object, because nearby object is closer, so focal
Yes.
length should be reduced. That means it should be D option. Okay, because one more thing, bacho, keep that thing in mind that A and B cannot be possible. Okay, is it? It's not possible because the distance between the eye lens and the retina could not be changed. It's fixed. Okay, so only the focal thickness of the eye lens changes. That basically maintains the change in focal length. Okay, that's the only possible thing. Is that clear, all of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Next is the term accommodation is basically to vary the focal length. Basically, accommodation means adjust the focal length or nothing but the vary the focal length for the different objects at different positions. So which of the following controls the amount entering the eye? That is your iris, because iris controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Is that clear, all of you? Please do let me know, Inan and Abdul, how many answers you have got right.
Sir, I got four right.
Four right. So
One,
I out
two.
of
I
three
got five
and
right.
three, six, seven. Okay, very good, Abdul. Very good. That's a very good thing. Inan, please work on the revision skills, bache. Okay. Out of seven, you got four. That means it's around 60%. That's you have to work on. Okay, work on it. Is that clear?
I
Sorry, I
got
got
five.
five. I got five.
Five.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I also got five.
I
Chalo,
got
ठीक है, that's uh-huh.
43 and 45 wrong.
43 and 45. Inan, that's a very basic one. How did you get wrong?
So I thought the change in focal length of the islands is caused by the pupil.
ठीक है, चलो कोई नहीं, no issues. Okay, everyone. So I hope that everything is clear to you, both of you, everyone. Any doubts so far,
Yeah.
Inan and Abdul?
No, sir.
That's great. Now let's move to the next topic that we have is the defects of vision. This is one of the most important topic in this chapter, and most of the five marker come directly straightforward come from this topic. Okay, why? Because it's straightforward. The student will see that thing. Yeah, this is a ray diagram enabled topic, right? And the numericals are also there. So this is one of the hot topic from the PY from the board's point of view, right? So that's why we are going to discuss it in detail. So in this class, we'll discuss the theoretical portion because we only have 20 minutes left, right? Almost 20 minutes. So we will not be able to cover the ray diagram. So what we'll do is that we'll first complete the theoretical portion, then we'll discuss the ray diagrams in the next class. Is that clear, Inan and Abdul?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Now let's talk about the myopia. So basically, okay, let me give you a brief about it. So in total, there are four types of defects that you will study in the human eye in this is syllabus, right? In the syllabus, out of these two are major one. The remaining two are just definition based. The major two are this myopia and the hypermetropia that you will study, right? And the remaining two is completely definition based. Only the two marker or one marker definition would come, or a single MCQ would come from that. Okay, from that context. These two are very important. Directly, three marker or five marker would directly come, or a case-based study would come from this topic. Just they will give you a kind of story. They will ask that what kind of defect is this? How do we correct it? Draw a ray diagram of it. What should be the power of that of the eye lens? Basically the converging or diverging links that we should use to correct the vision. So that's how the question can be formed. Is that clear, Abdul and Iran?
Yes.
That's what. Okay, now let's talk about it. Suppose that, as you can see, that I have the spectacles on my face. Abdul, do you wear spectacles as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of it is it? Basically, it's for like what kind of problem you have with the eyes? Like, are you able to see the far or the near?
I can't see like much far from left eye.
Same with me. That means, okay, so basically the person who cannot see the far objects clearly, like suppose that you are sitting behind, basically behind in the class, and the blackboard is very far away from you, right? So what is basically happening? You are not able to read the blackboard writing properly. That's happens to you, Abdul, I think so. And do you wear specs as well? I don't think you wear.
No, sir.
Right. That's why. Okay. That's good. So basically, Abdul, you basically you are not able to read the blackboard's writing, right? In Abdul.
Yeah.
Okay, same happens with me as well. Like I'm not in a school right now, but I'm telling you that I also have the myopia. Why myopia? Because I cannot see the far objects, which is basically very far, not very far. You can say even if it's like within the range of 1 or 2 meter, I cannot see that object clearly because I have the problem. I have the defect in my eye. That's what the myopia is. The person can see the nearby objects clearly. Like suppose I can see the screen clearly. I can do basically read everything on the okay, but when I see the far objects, I cannot see it clearly because it's completely blurred, right? That's the myopia.
Yeah.
Or you can say short sightedness means you can see the far near object. That's why it is called short sightedness. Sightedness means you are able to see the short vision or the near sightedness. Is that clear? So don't get confused. Short
Yeah.
sightedness, sometimes the question might come instead of myopia, they will say that the person is having short sightedness or the near sightedness. Now most of the student would basically get tricked. They'll say that what is this new defect that is introduced in the question? So that's why it's very important to understand and analyze all the keywords related to the topic. That's why I write everything in the notes, which is very important. So that's why whenever you are coming to the class, at least try to revise once from the notes. Is that clear, Abdul and Anan?
Yeah.
Okay, so myopia is the defect of vision due to which a person cannot see the nearby, basically far distant objects or the far objects clearly, though he can see the nearby objects clearly. That's why it is called short-sightedness. Is that clear?
Mm, yeah.
Right. So basically what is happening? So far point is at infinity for a normal eye, but in the case of myopia, the far point is shifted towards your eye. That means the far point would become less than infinity. Is that clear? It's
Yeah.
not a fixed value that it how much it will reduce. It depends on the eye to eye. Obviously, the more the weak eye, the more it will shift towards the eye, right? The more power would be. So that's why it is not fixed. So just assume that it is shifting towards the eye lens. Okay, towards us. It is at infinity. Now it's coming towards me like that. Okay, is that clear? So that's why the
Yeah.
far point is less than infinity in case of myopia. And after that, the defect of vision cause this myopia causes basically because of the two things very important. You can write multiple things, but in the NCRT, two specific reasons are given to you. So you have to write down in the exams to get the marks. Ultimately, you are not going to get the marks. You cannot say that it's a inherited gene. It's basically due to evolution. Nothing would work. If until you write these 2 points. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So due to high converging power of lens, so what is happening basically? This is eye lens, right? So when the light ray is coming from infinity, the light ray is not is converging earlier than the retina. Suppose this is R. Okay. That means the power would become more of the eye lens. That means the focal length has been reduced. Is that clear? That's why the
Yeah.
convex lens, the eye lens is not able to produce the image on the retina. Is that clear, Subacho?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Next is sometimes what happens basically the eyeball becomes long, elongated like egg shape. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's basically a part of the normal, maybe due to any issue in the human body. But ultimately, don't have to go in detail. You just have to write it down in the exam that these are the 2 points that is responsible for the myopia. Okay.
Yeah.
And out.
No.
ठीक है? Is that clear? So please note it down, everyone.
Okay, sir.
I hope that everything is clear to you, बच्चों.
Yes.
ठीक है, very good. Please note it down. Enan, was there any
Yes,
homework
sir.
in the last class? Was there any homework in the last class?
Assignment?
Assignment, yes, assignment.
So 1 minute, let me check.
Yeah, please check and let me know. No, no homework was there. No homework was there.
Yes, sir.
Check, check, check. Okay,
So
fine.
there was homework.
Uh, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा ठीक है. Just give me a second. Let me check. Please note it down. I'll just checking. I'll be just checking. ऐसे हो शायद से.
So it was due on July 2.
हम्म. Yeah, homework was there. Homework was there. Let me know once.
Sir, in the C, what is the last word?
T part. The last word caused. CAUSED, caused. Okay.
Okay,
I know my writing is not that much good.
no problem.
Yeah.
Sir, can you scroll down?
Done.
Done.
Yes.
Ainan done.
Yes, sir.
Shake it. That's right. Okay. Now this is these are the ray diagrams that we will discuss in the next class. Right now we'll just go through the theoretical portion. Okay, so let me tell you how it is corrected. Suppose that everyone you have 10 rupees, right? And you have to you have 10 rupees. You have to give it to you have to basically Abdul has 10 and Abdul has to give 5 rupees to Inan. So how many rupees you have left, Abdul?
0.
0. How? 10 minus 5.
Oh,
5.
5, 5.
Right? That means, Abdul, you have added negative 5, yes or no, to subtract it.
Yeah.
So similarly, Abdul and Inan, when your eye lens is more converging, what would you do to reduce it? To introduce an opposite lens. That is you that will diverge. That will do the opposite work of it. That's why we use concave lens. The lens that you and I wear is a concave lens to reduce the converging power of our eye lens. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, and the whole purpose to use the concave lens is to reduce the converging power of the human eye lens. Please note it down. This is the way. Okay, so these are some. Okay, please make some space for these drawing as well. There are 3 drawings that we will study in the next class. Okay, so after that, you can just write down these 2 points and let me know once done.
Sir, can you scroll a little bit up? Okay, sir. So guys, hold on.
Mature. Okay. Now let's talk about the hypermetropia. So hypermetropia is the opposite of the myopia. In the myopia, we cannot see the far objects, but in hypermetropia, we can see the far objects and we cannot see the nearby objects. And this hypermetropia is majorly caused due to the aging of the human eye, right? Suppose because we are humans, we age basically, right? We basically gets older, right? Okay, so hypermetropia, the main reason, as far as I can see, as far as I'm my knowledge, that means hypermetropia is due to the you can say that the aging of the human eye. There could be some certain reasons as well, but majority times it is happening due to the aging of the human eye, right? The person is not able to see the nearby objects but can see the far objects much more clearly. But after some time, what would happen, basically you must have seen that the senior citizens that we have, like our grandparents, basically used to see the objects very far, very near, and very, and they have to see the very far objects using very like basically they have to shrink their eye, right? That is the next stage of hypermetropia, that is called presbyopia. We'll discuss it after it. Okay, so hypermetropia is a defect in which the person cannot see the far nearby objects clearly but can see the near far objects clearly. Is that clear?
Yeah.
And hypermetropia, in the hypermetropia, what happens basically, the near point is at 25 centimeters, so it gets shifted away from the eye. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more than 25 centimeter. That's why you cannot see the nearby objects clearly in hypermetropia. And the major reasons for the hypermetropia is the opposite of the myopia. The power of the lens would decrease, and maybe sometimes what happens, the eyeball size is shrinked. It's gets small. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So these are the two major causes behind the hypermetropia, and that you should have to write it in the exam. Please note it down and let me know once done. Done, mature?
One minute.
ठीक है. Okay, so this one, okay, so with this we can end this class with you. ठीक है. So in the next class we'll discuss the remaining topic of the defective vision along with the ray diagrams of